Do you use your sponge for more than 1 month, 2 months, 3 months before you trash it? Your bathing sponge. Because for me, I have a sponge that I've been using for a very long time. When I mean long time, I've used this sponge more than 2 years. I've used it more than 2 years, and I just like the sponge. So I'm here in South Korea, and somebody said to me I should trash the sponge, that the sponge is not, I've used the sponge for too long, that I can get a sponge for as less than $1, I can get a sponge. So why am I using one particular sponge for more than 2 years? And I'm like, before I use the sponge, I wash it with water and I use it. And when you are using the sponge to sponge your body, it's washing itself too. It's also rinsing. So I like the sponge and I don't want to trash it. So the person was like, no, like it was very big, like it was a very big one. The person was like, no, I must trash it. I'm like, no, this is I like it. I don't want to trash it. So I want to ask you guys, do you guys use your sponge for like, how long do you use your sponge before you trash it? Do you use it for 1 month? Do you use it for 2 months? Do you even use sponge at all? Because the sponge they have here in Korea is very, very soft. It's not even because it's very soft. I've not used the sponge. I just, this African sponge. This is the sponge. See, look at it. This is the sponge I'm talking about. I have used this sponge for more than 2 years. You wouldn't even know. It's not looking, if the sponge was looking irritating, if it was looking bad, I would say, oh, it's not looking presentable, so let me trash it. But the person's concern is the fact that I have used it for more than 2 years, that is not hygienic. So please, is it that I'm a dirty person? Is it that it's not hygienic, that I'm using one sponge for a very long time? I'm sorry, because I just like it. I just like the sponge. Look at it. I just like it. And there's something about the sponge for me too. I just like the sponge. So how long do you use your sponge? Because I think now is the summer. Summer is here. The clothes we wore for winter, we're not going to trash it because summer is here. And in the next winter, you're going to bring out your winter jackets, your winter clothes, peradventure, and you wear them. So you're not going to say because you've worn these clothes for more than 2-3 years. There are some clothes in our wardrobes that we've had for more than 3 years. And we've even worn them over and over again. But we keep wearing them. And we never trash them. All we do is to wash them, right? We wash and keep them for another season or anytime we want to wear it again. And we don't trash them or we give it out. So if we say we can keep that, so why can't I keep my sponge? So I want to know how long you use your sponge for. Because while I was still in Africa, when I had a mom in the US, when she's coming to Nigeria, everybody in the US is requesting, please buy me a sponge, buy me a sponge, buy me a sponge. So I'm like, okay, it's a popular demand. And I don't even have this one here in Korea, even if I want to change it. See, they don't even have it. Look at it. So I asked somebody, the person stays in the US, the person is a nurse. I'm like, okay, is this like it's not hygienic? How long can I supposed to use my sponge? And the person said, girl, hold on there. The last time I came to Africa, Nigeria, you saw me, the sponge I bought is what I'm still using. I'm like, okay, that's more than 7 years. She has been using her sponge for more than 7 years. Even for her kids' sponge, she said, like, I don't change it on time. So because when you're bathing, the sponge is washing out, it's also like, look at it, it's not bad. So please, you guys, I want to know how long you use a sponge. Are you a glueable person like me that knows how to use something like for a very long time before they trash it? Do you even use sponge? Because I seen somebody on one of the socials and she said she does not bathe with her sponge. So not even bathe with sponge, she doesn't bathe every day. The woman is pretty, she's 60. There was a time she was trending on TikTok. She's like, she's 60. She said she was 60 plus or 60 and that she doesn't bathe every day. She's black, she's so pretty. Like, she said she doesn't bathe every day. Well, she just wash her vital parts and that's it. That she doesn't bathe every day. That bathing every day is something like, everybody started screaming. So me that even have to bathe and I bathe it with a sponge, the time my sponge, I should trash it. But I'm not ready to trash the sponge. So please, how long do you use your sponge? For how long will you use it? Do you use it for 3 months, 1 month, 2 months, or 1 year, or more than 2 years like me? Let me know in the comment section. This is gonna help me. I really want to know so that I know I'm not doing something bad, because I've heard from somebody, the person was like, I've been using my own for more than 7 years and I'm not even thinking I'm trashing it here because I like it. So like I used to tell my mom has this, my mom is an African woman, so she used to use this bag of, our African mom, this kind of sponge that is bag, they call it rice bag. She likes this kind of sponge that is very thick. I'm like, Mom, could you please trash this? She's like, no, I like it. So when she went to the market to buy another sponge, there's this other sponge that is so thick that if you are using it, it's like you are washing the whole of, you are washing an animal skin. It's so hard. I'm like, how do you use this sponge? I don't like, that's what she used, but that's what she likes. That's her preference. So for me, this is my preference. I like it. It's still okay. It's not bad. See, it's not bad. So please let me know how long you use your sponge for. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching my video. I'll see you in the next one. And I went for a marathon the other day. Please watch it and tell me what you think. I love and celebrate you guys.